everybody, this is ThunderGuy here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a water box in which you can put fishes on. So the result, I'll show the result at the end of the video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make something like that. So I'm going to be starting from scratch now. First, you can search up a block like a Minecraft dirt block or something. Yeah, you can also use Google Tools because we need a high resolution version of a Minecraft block, and also a Minecraft block which doesn't have a white background behind it or any other background. It has to be clear. Okay, so like some Minecraft block like this, and let me put it in photopea now. As you can see in photopea, we have put this image, and now we have to go search for water. Not you have to search for underwater, underwater background, whatever you want to really search for. And here you can pick one. Here size large. So okay, so this looks pretty good. Let me import it into photopea. As you can see, I've imported this one here. Let's look for another one, because we are going to need a lot of water images so that it actually looks pretty good. All we need is the texture, so yeah. And now let's search for ocean, because all we need is the texture. I'm telling that. Yeah, this should be good enough. Okay, now that we have imported our images into photopea, let's start doing these things. So you can click on the pen here, use the pen, and now left click here. We are going to be making a cube, so yeah, it doesn't really matter the color here. Try to do it as precisely as you can. As you can see, now I've formed a side of the the Minecraft block here. Now click on layer, new layer. Now let's start again here. We have to do the same thing here. Boom. Remember, you have to do this very precisely, so that you get the best results. Okay, now let's make a new layer again, and now let's do the top part. Click on there, boom there, boom there, and boom. As you can see, now we have made this layer here. Now we just go back to this layer, take the brush here, not really necessary, just to let's make a new layer here. And now I'm gonna add a bit of shadows here. Wait a minute, this was not supposed to happen anyway though. Let's add a bit of shadows there. It may look a bit there. Now just right click it and put clipping mask there. Now let's keep the opacity as about 51. That should be good enough. And now it's clipped here, so yes. And now I go back to this layer and actually add a bit there, kind of like that. So now we duplicate this layer and then put it here. As you can see now, both of them have a shadow here, which is what we wanted. And now let me add another layer. Like so. No, not there. Yeah, there. And now it should make a shadow there, which is what we wanted, you know. And now let me add a bit of clipping mask there. Boom, boom, boom. Opacity to 51. 51 is kind of the number you want to aim for here. About 51 is also okay, but 51 is what I'm gonna put here. As you can see now, we have a red box with this thing here. So now let me take this cube here, ocean. First we have to be, wait a minute, messed it up. Okay, first you have to take the water here. It's easier for you to put the water in the first layer here. Now we have put it in the first layer. Now let me erase the other parts. Right click the eraser and click on eraser tool, not the background eraser, because it really doesn't matter, and the background eraser is not what you're supposed to use here. So yeah, erase this part out here, and now we have this part. Okay, now that we have this part here, all we have to do is this. Boom. Okay, before that though, let's start merging this. No. So the main reason why I did that is now we have to merge this down, and then merge this down, then merge this down, then merge this down, then merge this down. Now we have got our cube with the shadows, and now it's going to be a lot easier. Now let me duplicate this layer here. Duplicate. Oh, wait a minute. Now let me duplicate this layer here. Let me duplicate it about 3 times. Now these 3 layers are formed here. Let me close the others first, and here now we have got this layer. Now we will have to match this edge of this line here to the edge of this thing here, so that you get the best results possible. Boom, bam, bap. And now we have to just make it go down here. Wait a minute. Now go back to this this layer here, the block here, and make a new layer above it. Then take your pen tool, make a humongous box like how I'm doing so here, and clipping mask it down there. Boom. So now we have got that. And now let me just change the stroke to blue, and wait a minute, let me just delete this layer. Now that we have got this cube here, go to channels. Okay, now let me take this layer here, put it here, clipping mask it there, and then make this layer's opacity a bit lower. As you can see, now we have got that perfectly there. Now we have to be repeating the same process again and again and again. This is going to take a lot of time, isn't it? Now let me put that there. And no, wait a minute. Now let me take the front layer one here and make it show up. Now let me just kinda, do that. And yeah, that should be it here. Now let's clipping mask it. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot that thing. LOL. Yeah, and then let's put. Oh my god. This happens sometimes, doesn't it? Okay, now all we have to do is put add opacity here. Make the layers opaque. Like so. Boom. And then we have to make it like the same amount of opacity all over the place. Let me unhide this layer here real quick and put it there. Wait a minute, and boom. That should be how much it's needed. You can well, of course, do that if you wanted to, but really, I mean, yeah, why would you want to? Now let's make this again opaque. Not so opaque that you can see these parts through. We'll come to that part in a moment now. And now take the eraser tool. This is the important part which makes the whole thing look good. Now I'm sure it looks like some dumb art project, but it does. After this step it will look pretty good. Anyway though, first you take this thing here, make it into, we have to change its color to, well, green, so the blue. Take the light blue color here, and as you can see, it changes its color. Now let me well, add a new layer here, as you can see, and let me make a humongous box like how I did before, because humongous boxes are what make projects. And now, as you can see, this thingy, as you can see now, this thing is starting to look something good. Okay, now let me take my eraser tool here and boom bam bam bim boom bap 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 bap. Wait a minute. So here, no, it just must be left out like that. And let me hide these layers real quick. First, let's hide that layer there, and let's erase this one, just like so. It might take some time to well, do this, but it's gonna be pretty easy after you learn to do it. First, let's delete this chunk here. Delete. And now let's erase a bit of there. Well, first let me Control C. Yes. Okay, so now let me boom bap bap bap. Yeah, this might take a bit of time for you guys, but please do subscribe. It helps me a lot. And I mean, well, yeah. Well, first of all, you can also do this if you really wanted to. I mean, yeah. Okay, now let me merge this layer down there so it makes a good layer. Now let me clipping mask it. Wait, what in the world? No, I have to delete that, and as you can see, it's clipping masked to that layer there. No, wait a minute, no. Okay, so now let me merge this layer down, and now forms the shape, as you can see. And let me clipping mask it to it. Oh my god, I don't know what's happening here, but what's supposed to happen is not happening here. So I mean, yeah. Oh my god. Okay, now let me just start clearing it again. Boom. No, come on, this might take a long time, so I mean, I'm gonna edit this out. Edit it out. Now that you see we have done this mess here, I'm gonna crop a bit of this stuff. No. Okay, now as you can see, I've added this layer here. That layer is stuck there, but this we are gonna come to this layer in a bit. Let me delete this until then. Okay, so this is the layer we are supposed to be doing now, and it's going good. Let me, yeah, clipping mask it real quick. No. Now, after, as you can see, we have done this here. Okay, now let me take the eraser tool and, well, cut this out. Now let's take the eraser and we'll cut this out. Boom, ba 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 ba. Now let me just erase this out, something like so. This is taking a lot more time than that one took, so I mean, apologies. And now I've cut this out, so you can see it looks pretty good, I guess. I don't know how to call it. It's basically looking like trash now, especially in the upper part. Now let's get into the upper part, which is the hardest one. For this I have to duplicate this layer here. Make it go there. Let me rotate it a bit, just because, yeah. Now let's stretch. Make this the stretchy boy. Stretchy boy. Stretchy boy. And well, let me do that. As you can see, now I have got this big boy here. Hey, do you know what would be smart? That would be a smart idea. Let me just hide that blade quick, and let me make this go to the last layer real quick. No, just no. Okay, now this layer, I have to start erasing it. It really doesn't matter. You can. The more the perfection you have on this, the more your water cube would look good. So I mean, you can go for it. It'll look pretty good, And yeah, so I have the cubicle template. So I have the cubicle template in the description below if you really want to check it out and make it yourself. Yeah, I've given the cubicle template for it, so you can check it out. And just like so, it should be done. Now this side. You can do this calmly. It's just a matter of time. It's you're gonna get better on this again and again when you do it. But for me, I don't think that's the thing with me. For me, it's just you get the point, don't you? And now I think we have the layer done. Ooh, that was a good one. I guess. Maybe. I don't properly know though. Now we have not used this layer in a long while, so I mean, why not? Now let's make this show up. Yeah, just like that, beautiful. And well, let's delete. We don't need that there anymore. Now let's clipping mask. That's there, and there you have it. Your cube there. Now we have to do some final adjustments, such as raising, cropping out that part, few of that parts out, and then now basically we are done. So yeah, let me just remove a bit of that part. Now it looks good. That looks good, and let's also remove that part off. Using that. And now that we have done that, it's erasing time. Let me erase that. Now as you can see, this is looking way better. It's way better, and now it is not looking that good though. I mean, it won't look that good. Now it's all, we have to make sure these layers are opaque. Yeah, now that we have made sure this is opaque, we have to make sure they are about 50% opaque or so. Yeah, something like that should make it. Yep, and now we have done the cube part, the hardest part in shot. Well, let's add a bit of shadows, because I mean that would just make it look a lot more good. Now what did I do? Now we have gone here. So yeah, let's make this sound as much as we can. Let's make the hardness 0, of course. And white. And now we can't even draw on this layer. Great, just delete then. Layer, new layer. And book up. What in the world? Oh, I'm using the eraser tool, haven't I? Well, that reveals a lot of receipts in my bobs. Well, that's okay, as now I'm going to clipping mask that over there. Gotcha. Now let's cast that shadow right there. and its opacity is gonna be something about that. There we go. No, not duplicate into, but duplicate itself. Oh, this is gonna take a lot of time, I guess. And now, as you can see, that's just what happens there. It was not supposed to really occur. Really don't know how to call it, but let's do that here. And that looks pretty good. Now for it's about time we put the fish in. Now we have to make that a bit opaque there. And now the thing is, we add a new layer. We always do. What in the world? What? Now clipping mask that, and you see that looks good. I mean, to be honest, yeah. Now let's add a bit of whitey tint. Let's add a bit of watery tint there, so that it looks a bit cooler, I guess, or whatever. Now that we have done that, so now we have to make this layer a bit. So now we have to go search for fish. Great. You can go search for fish here and find a bit of them. I want to search for a large size fish with a color of transparency. So it should be a pretty realistic one. Okay, now that looks pretty good for our project. No, not here. You go there. Okay, now we have to put it right about, where we have all of these guys here. So first let's mask that. Now I need to mask that. Now we have to take this fishy bushy, get it, and put him in the water. Oh my god, that's just so annoying. Now we take Mr. Fishy, well, make him small, put him there, and then, well, we put him right about, there we go. No, not there, that's it. It doesn't give the shadowy effect then. Where the heck is the fish now? Okay, so the fish is in the top layer. What the heck did I do? Mask that. There we go. Okay, now we take the fishy. Wait a minute. Oh my god. Why didn't I think of that before? Didn't I? No. Now we can quick mask that there. Now let's take the fishy bushy. We have to. Now this is the complicated part, okay? We take the opacity, make it a bit more less for every single one of these. Opacity, let's make it a bit more less. Yeah, that should be enough. And let's make it a bit more opaque. You get it? Now that we have all done that, now we have to again, well, do the merge down process. Great. First you merge down there, and then you merge down there, you merge down there. So this is basically the same process as we did before. So yeah, let's merge down that there, button up, but merge you down there. And this one is the complicated one. You can hide it if you really wanted to. So let's merge this down quick and merge that down there. This is lagging, isn't it? Now let's merge that down there. And then, oh, I made a mistake then. That should be there. It's a clip mask there. You merge down. There we go. And then merge this down. Now as you can see, we have a huge box there. This is the box. And now we have to make this a little more, not opaque, I guess. And yeah, let's make it a bit more, less opaque. And as you can see, that is my fish. Now we have to again take the process again. We have to go search for block. Yeah, this is the process I hate, don't I? Yeah, this will be good enough image. And put it there so that it won't affect the fishy. So that it won't, well, affect the fishy. Let's again. No, this is not the one we have selected, is it? Now you have to go to tools, size, large, color. Let's make it transparent so that, yeah, this is what we were looking for. Copy image, paste the image. There we go. Now as you can see, we kinda did it. Kinda. Now let's just kind of adjust it for us. And now as you can see, we have that. Let's make a new layer. Let's make a new layer there real quick. And make the pen there. Boom, batch, bong. Och. No. I did a mistake. So let's do that. Boom. Editing this is going to be such a pain, isn't it? And now just clipping mask it, and that looks pretty good. I mean, merge it down. Now all we have to do is just a bit more less opaque, and boom. So now we have got this here. Now we have got ourselves a beautiful fishy thingy cube, fish cube, or whatever you want to call it. Really. So editing this is going to be such a pain. Anyway though, please do like and subscribe to my channel. This took me a lot of time. As you can see, it was about 33 minutes long. Anyway, so bye.